Hey guys, it's Friday. Today I'm conveniently working one street over from mine. I'm replacing an old drop-in oven with a new slide-in. It's currently hardwired, so I'm gonna wire a plug and a receptacle, and also gonna have to do some possible counter cutting and some other cuts to make that thing be able to slide right in. Not sure if I'm gonna be able to video and talk because the client will be there, but I will definitely video and voice over if possible. Let's get into it and see what we got today. Customer was home and was in and out of watching me work because he was curious as to how and what I would be doing, so I had to keep it low-key with the GoPro behind my tool bag. The first thing I had to do was get the old drop-in stove out. The old range was hardwired, so before doing anything I cut the breaker off and double-checked the power with my non-contact volt reader. The next step in the process was cutting out the wood where the drop-in stove sat to be able to slide the new one in. And if you look hard enough, you can see a nail that if I continue to pry, it would have chipped the outside of the one by running vertical. So I went ahead and took the time to cut the nail so I wouldn't have to deal with gluing a chip, which could have stood out when everything was all said and done. The new range was 29 3/4 inch wide, and our hole was less besides the little notches, which were right at 30, so I went ahead and decided to cut the hole right along the notches. Getting these countertop cuts right was very important, so I made sure to measure twice. Also got a Diablo 60 tooth blade to cause little to no chipping. Beautiful cut. I just got to finish the rest with a sawzall or oscillating tool. The hole is ready for the stove. I just found out I accidentally bought the wrong receptacle. It's made for 4 prongs and the one that came with the stove is 3 prongs. So I gotta run to Lowe's real quick and just get the proper receptacle. When I started looking at the wiring, I noticed it was aluminum wire. So I called an electrician buddy of mine to make sure I would be good, and he assured me it was safe, but recommended I put some anti-oxidation gel on the wire where you make the connections to prevent it from causing any problems down the road. The new range slid in perfectly. While cleaned up, I burned off all the eyes and made sure the oven worked. Since I cut it where the notches were for the drop-in stove, there was about an 1/8 inch gap on each side of the range where it met the countertop, which I had informed the client before taking the job on we might run into that problem and suggested some sort of trim, so I turned a piece of shoe mold down and client is going to paint it black. Hey guys, that job went as smooth as possible, which are the ones I like, plus the client was super happy, which is always the end goal with all of my projects. Let me know how y'all like the voiceover. I haven't done much of that on the channel, but I kind of like it, but it's really not as personal as face to camera. I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to my boy Harry Tornado, which like 2 videos I was in and he shouted me out. I actually met him about 1.5 years ago at his first yard sale video. And he's come a long way, and he's kind of like my little YouTube mentor. He encouraged me to start the YouTube and keeps encouraging me to continue with the YouTube. When he shouted me out, I got almost double the subscribers I had, a bunch of likes and comments. So I want to thank you all who came over from his channel. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the content and stick around. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to get the JOBDONE. This is Dean, and I'm done.